Well, good morning, lovelies. Good morning. Allie over at A Cleaver Art here for the very first Meet Your Muse of August. And wow, guys. Wow, good morning. Has this not been just a crazy summer? Hi, good morning, beautiful. It's the first official live of August. I know, crazy, right? Hi. Hi. I'm gorgeous this morning. Oh, stop it. I am radiating this morning. This is what 12 hours of sleep will do to you. But thank you. Thank you. I'm not one of those I have to the curls have to be in a certain place. In fact, sometimes I do this and go, "Hey, it's done." I have my contacts in today. I had this crazy idea in my mind. I was going to go out last night and treat myself to some Mexican and maybe some ice cream. And I'd overheated, so it didn't happen. So yeah, I slept in these bags are natural. But that's a great way to start this morning off, talking about beauty and how subjective it is. Hi. I don't know if my message went through, love. I did send you a very encouraging from the heartfelt message, and I'm not sure if it went through. I'm having tech issues like crazy. It's like my one phone that I used to record. Okay, good to know. It didn't go through. Okay, so the one phone I used to record that I usually just upload my replays has just stopped saving. So I have to go through and see if I can delete that stuff. I have a list of, August stuff that needs to be ready for the cafe. I want to work on the studio pages, but my computer is being wonky this morning and I'm like, I need you to work. I need you to work. And then I'm like, it's Saturday. It's fine that you don't want to work. This is a future me problem. um, and I think that a part of the issue with my life is the things that future me and past me don't agree are their problems. But for now, there's coffee. There's a good friend. We're going to count it. We're winning this morning. It's a great Saturday, right? But while there's nobody in here, I basically just reminded you that you've got this. I'm so proud of all the work that you've done, and I know that it feels scattered and chaotic sometimes. But I believe in you. I know that if you just take a deep breath, just remind yourself why you're doing it, that you're going to have that newfound energy to take it. So I'm sorry that you didn't get that message. It was one of the very important things to do before I tried to actively interact with the world. You were a priority today, and I just want you to know that. Part of learning to be me and showing up was that I wanted to be a better friend to people. So many people don't realize how they impact your life, the little things they do that make your day better. I ran into a friend I hadn't seen in a while, and we were talking about how we met and became friends. And she had actually pulled me in a Secret Santa exchange. So basically strangers, we knew each other from work, the couple of hours that our days overlapped. But, what went from we're just kind of friends. Oh, hurt you, boo. But what took us from we're kind of friends to, hey, I want to hang out with her outside of work is she said, screw the limit. I know that she's a mama. Hey, baby. And I didn't realize that for the last 5 years, she didn't know that the only reason I was able to have stocking stuffers for my daughter that year is because she said, I see this need, let me fill it. And it wasn't that she bought me something extra. It wasn't that she bought my kids something. It was her heart. She looked at a situation and said, hey, here's how I make it better. And I was like, that girl's tribe. And she never knew that. She never knew that. She's been one of my besties for years, and she never knew that about me. Um, we don't always see how we light other people up. We don't see when we say, good morning, beautiful, and that changes somebody's whole perspective of the day. We don't always get to see the reward of putting in that kindness, but those kindnesses add up. That's the kind of art that I keep preaching that we should wake up and make every day in our own life and for others. What are you doing with your weekend? You gonna go create some havoc, or are you gonna create some kindness? Thank you for showing up today. So yesterday was crazy for me. I went live four different times. Yeah. And the shortest one was 40 minutes. You don't have to decide yet. You've still got time. You just got to enjoy it, okay? You just got to promise you're going to enjoy part of it. But, I forgot to repost. Oh my God. I got so excited to talk to you. I got so excited. But yeah, so yesterday I went live 4 times, girl. I couldn't believe it. We did Meet Your Muse, which is, the coffee morning chat, always a good one. We did 2 free-for-all Fridays. I overheated during the second one, which was kind of embarrassing because I really was. I was like so amped to like take myself to dinner and ice cream, like kind of go have an adventure. And then I even had it in my mind to like come back and do like a late night studio. And then I was going to bubble bath, go to sleep around midnight. Like it was this amazing, gorgeous plan in my brain. None of it happened. None of it happened. I made it down to the porch, ended up talking to a neighbor, realized I was overheated, and I was in bed by like 8. So total opposite of like go take over the world. But that happens sometimes. And I don't know if it's because I'm a Gemini or because I'm just so used to like, well, F it, this is what we're doing now. But when I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, I was like, well, maybe I'll do Mexican today instead. Oh, love, thank you for the likes. Thank you for the support, really. I love that you show up for me. Speaking of showing up, oh my goodness. This is why I live notes and stuff everywhere. Hi. So the other day when we were setting up our jar of inspiration, I pulled, or it was drawn, it accidentally fell out. However you did, yay! I want to see it. However you look at it, the prompt that came out was offer a free art workshop. Now, in the middle of the live, trying to like actively be like, okay, yeah, this is what we're doing here. Clocked in fully. I was like, oh, well, we offer those. You can get some at the community, yada, 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 right? It's been plaguing me. You're back. I see you. But it's been plaguing me that I didn't have like an actual new one in mind. And then I realized that I had planned a workshop for August and then canceled it because I was planning on being super busy with Blue Star distribution. And then with Blue Star getting pushed back, we'll now have a little bit of time and we can actually do like a new like free workshop. So I am thinking of doing like a 1 week art of rest. Like I know it sounds crazy. We should maybe do like flow. And I know rest was in May, but I feel like a lot of us just kind of need a break right now. Um, it's the end of summer break. We're all kind of revving up to get everybody back to school. Um, but I feel like we're not taking that time that we need. I would have loved to get a few more hours of live in, like we did the last at the table that was required. Like it was a day of accomplishments, but your girl got wore out. Oh, without even meaning to. I was putting my energy where I wanted. I had a great day. Um, I love that I got I think I got like 10 hours of sleep. I can't tell you the last time I did that. Oh, um, but yeah, so I will by Monday have this accomplished as well. I think my goal for the weekend is gonna be a little R&R, trying to figure out a fully sustainable way to do this. And it's kind of the transitional era. You hit those plateaus, you take a little break, let the dust settle, figure out the next step. Sometimes you gotta figure out where the ladder is. Sometimes the next step is just, walking this way instead of up. So I love that we can figure it out together though. Because that is so important, is to feel not alone. When I disappeared yesterday, it was kind of abrupt because I was starting to feel like sick and I needed to like get outside, um, and somebody in the live, they checked on me. It's okay. You can freeze and unfreeze me all you want. Some people say I'm more like a lava monster, so it's probably helpful. um, but yeah, so I woke up this morning and there was a message like, "Hey, are you all right?" That's a form of support. Like, "Hey, I see that your patterns and you changed up a bit. Are you cool? Is there anything I can do to help?" And I did feel bad that it took me so long to get back to them, but it was nice. Not because I was floating in space and, spiraling or any of the chaos, but just because I feel like sometimes we just want to be seen and we don't know how to be seen. We don't know how to express ourselves. We we're taught to isolate. We're taught to, bear it all by ourselves. And it's exhausting. We do that on purpose. Imagine if we all got a full night's rest. We would take over the world. At least clean that, one room that we keep saying we're going to clean. Or maybe write that book, you know? Um, I don't know. Leaps of faith are kind of fun. They're terrifying. But somebody told me once that the vibration of fear and excitement are the same. Now, whether you believe that or not, the energy that we center ourselves around is what we're going to draw in. It's because it's what we're putting out. We're telling the universe that's what we want. Okay. So every day for 3 weeks, I told the universe, I want to clock in on the top. I want this to be how I make my living. This is what I want to do. And guys, it took about 10 days of me saying that to realize there was no reason not to do that. Like, so it's the things that we are telling ourselves. It's the way that we're showing up. It's these 5-minute creative habits. And when I felt alone and I didn't have anybody to turn to, art was there for me. Art reminded me, tiny bit at a time, that I could learn new things, that I could put my energy into beauty, that I could undo and rearrange things that needed done. Let's see what this silly goal is. I don't know if we got enough people in here this morning to hit it, but we'll try. Ooh, snap. Finger hearts. Mm. Hi, I see you. Hi. Thank you, love. Thank you. 1 out of 3. That's 33%. Have you guys heard the story about how the 1/3 burger didn't make it because people thought it was smaller than the 1/4 burger? Isn't that funny? I worked in restaurants for years, so I love all the goofy little restaurant stories. Like how McDonald's got sued years ago for their coffee being too hot. Please don't hand me cold coffee unless I ask for iced coffee. But hey, good for her. She got millions. I'm gonna get my millions by doing it the right way, by showing up and building connections and sharing some pretty artwork. Um, which I was going to try to work on some while we did this morning, but I think that these series really are kind of separating themselves into different things. Um, Yesterday we were doing the free for all, and I love free for all. I'm happy too. Um, but the free for all is about just, creating random stuff and we kind of did some painting, we did some sketching. I even did a little bit of a collage. Hi. Um, we had somebody join in and we talked about their comic book creating and just, some of the things that they've learned while they're creating and trying to build up this universe. And it was so interesting because we didn't just talk about, comic book or like how to make a character. It was, real deep, like, well, why are your villains bad guys? Why are they based on, elementals? Um, are you focused more on weakness or strength? And so we had like these really deep, beautiful conversations. And I was like, guys, this is what it's about. This is, we're sharing another creator. We're hearing another story. We even accidentally ended up talking about like artists and AI for a second. And it was like, whoa, okay, we're just talking about, making some stuff that lights us up. Like they're not even sure if they want to sell it. They just, they're making this universe. And, yesterday I met somebody who is working on their first album. How exciting is that? Um, as creators, we can challenge each other, but we can also support each other. We can say, hey, I see that, you know, you didn't post today. You all right? Not in like a you have to post, but as in a I'm excited to see what you're creating. I like when you show up. Um, it makes it safer for us to show up and shine our lights. And here's the thing. Some creatives are big, bold, in your face. Hi, Allie, Akeley for Art. Big, bold, in your face. No F's given. I'm going to tell you like it is. And then there are those that are still just trying to figure out what they want to make with their weekend. You know? They don't have an idea. They don't know what to offer. That's okay. You showed up. It took me, it took me my whole life to show up the way I show up now. But it definitely took at least the last 2 years of concerted effort of paying attention and learning new things about myself. Tech support not being one of them. So I am struggling to get the live stream thing to set up correctly so that I can do the studio thing, which is fine because I've got to do stuff in the shop. And we don't have to, we get to. I get to have crazy antennas today. I get to work on some clothes today. I have like 3 or 4 designs that I want to have out before like the back to school rush dies down. I do not subscribe to seasonal releases. Like if I see a sweater pattern that I like, I'm gonna put my designs on it because I wear sweaters all the time, and not because I'm Mr. Rogers, just because I'm anemic, so I get cold easy. Girl, what are you supposed to be working on this morning? Can I help you work on it at all? Like, is there anything I can do productive for you? Oh, you're thinking. I can see it. I love when thoughts percolate. That's just a very big word for brewing, a way that it bubbles, but it tickles me. So the other day I had somebody say, "You could help me." Yes. Yes. You know what? Let's do this. I I will cut this one short. No, I'll cut this live. Listen, I'm going to cut this live short and I'll go live in my backyard in like 5 minutes. I'll take this canvas out there and I'll let you see all the pretty trees. But you got to give me like 5 minutes to get it set up so you get the best angle and I can actually like walk you around. Deal? We got nothing else to do today but love on each other. Deal. Okay. Um, if anybody else is secretly in here, we gotta go make this girl smile. So I will be back live in 5 to 7. Just depends on how long Talk takes to set it up. Okay. I love you, Boo Bear. I'll see you soon. Okay.